In addition to the pressed and released events, my controller module also fires a move event anytime an axis control moves. The event not only passes along the name of the axis control, but it also passes along its current position. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use both of these pieces of information for a more natural tank driving experience. Now the first step is to add a new event handler for the move event, so I will tack that on just below the released event handler I added in the previous lesson. Since this event passes along the axis name in its current position, I need to add 2 parameters to my new handler function. And since I'm going to be using the joysticks in this lesson to control the tank, I want to take a moment here and point out that each joystick actually has 2 axes, X and Y, and movement on either one will cause the move event to fire. Now if you think back to your math classes, you'll remember that the Y-axis runs vertically and the X-axis runs horizontally. Since the tank doesn't have any wheels that turn side to side and only has treads that roll forward and backward, I really don't need to worry about handling the X-axis movements. If movement is detected on either one of the X-axes, then the move event will certainly still fire, but I will just simply ignore it. I will, however, handle the cases when movement is detected on either one of the Y-axes, so in my handler, I will add an if-else block that checks to see if the axis name passed in matches the name of the left or right Y-axes. Similar to how I handled the D-pad button presses, whenever a joystick is moved up, I want to tell its corresponding motor to move forward, and whenever a joystick is moved down, I want to instruct the appropriate motor to go in reverse. For this, I will actually set up a new function, control motor, that will be responsible for determining which direction a motor should move and at which speed. It will need to know the motor object to control and the positional value of the corresponding axis. Alright, now back in the move event handler, whenever the left joystick's Y-axis triggers the event, I want to call the new control motor function with the left motor and the positional value of the axis. And then I will do the same for the right joystick's Y-axis, except I will pass the right motor object along instead. Now comes the fun part of actually instructing the motors to move, so that's what I'm going to show you here in the final lesson.